I think we might just stick with this guy for a little while, eh?
This is what it's all about.
I know,
You
right?
know what we're learning here? That people are willing to help, and it's not all doom and gloom when something goes wrong. So yeah.
Love it.
Tabby and I have just arrived at Nyamepi here in Mana Pools, and we have driven 1,770 kilometers from Hoedspruit to get here.
And we were not alone. With us were close friends Francois and Steph, who you may have seen on the channel before, along with fellow safari YouTuber Byron Grobler from the Wild Wild Journeys channel. We had 7 nights of camping on the bank of the Zambezi River to look forward to, and arrived in Mana Pools at the best possible time, the late dry season. Mana Pools National Park lies in the far north of Zimbabwe and covers approximately 220,000 hectares. Mana means 4 in the local Shona language and refers to the 4 large pools of water found along the floodplain just south of the Zambezi River, which forms the park's northern boundary. These pools are surrounded by ancient and spectacular forests that not only attract hundreds of bird species and plenty of general game, but also more charismatic species like elephants and African wild dogs, arguably the 2 species that Mana Pools are best known for. And they, in return, attract wildlife photographers like ourselves who hope to capture iconic photos in the unique blue light that filters through the floodplain. We couldn't have asked for a better welcome at Nyamepi.
What do you think, Steph?
Luckily for us, Drive Botswana booked us the perfect stand, and before long, our camp was all set up. So I've just done a walk here through Nyamepi, which is the main campsite here in Mana Pools. And it's absolutely enormous. It stretches for a good few hundred meters all along the Zambezi River. And there's about 30 stands to choose from. And I must be honest with you, it's hard to decide which ones are best. The tip that I can give you is number 16 that we're staying on is by far the best. It's under a massive mahogany tree, so it's got good shade and a wonderful view as well. And as you can see, good company as well. I must be honest with you, I didn't even hear that one sneak up. And that just shows you how easily it can happen. That was not the only close encounter we had with elephants in the campsite. In fact, we seemed to be surrounded by them all the time. Most of them were extremely relaxed as they slowly fed between the tents, and if you respect them, they'll return the favor. There were, however, a couple of naughty bulls that opened containers and damaged tents, so do yourself and them a favor and stick to the rules by not bringing in any fruit. It quickly became obvious that at Nyamepi, man and beast share the bank of the river, not only during the day, but also during the night. Sharing your stand with hyenas and hippos is not for the faint-hearted, but again, if you give them their space, they'll give you yours. Nyamepi has 4 basic and rather run-down ablution blocks, but at least they have hot showers and toilets that flush. And between the stands are taps with clean water that has apparently been filtered. There is, however, no power in camp, so I used my Bluetti EB70 to charge batteries and kept it topped up with my brand new Bluetti PV200 solar panel, which worked like a charm. I've actually done a short review on it, to which I'll link in the video description. Another thing to remember about camping at Mana Pools is that you have to remove all your rubbish yourself, so bring heavy-duty bin bags and consider paying one of the ranger's wives to look after your campsite when you go out on drive, just to keep the baboons and monkeys away. I'll share some more detailed Mana Pools tips with you in a separate video, to which I'll also link below. Speaking about game drives, they're hard to beat here in Mana Pools, not only because of all the animals that live here, but also because it's incredibly scenic and the floodplain has a great network of roads going past all the most beautiful spots. But that's not all. For a small daily fee, you're actually allowed to get out of your car and walk. What I love about Mana Pools is the fact that you can get out of your vehicle to get a different angle, or even to go down to ground level to take photographs of the animals you see. So every time you bump into something, you think to yourself, should I stay in the car or should I maybe change my position outside? And at the moment, we spotted this beautiful line of anna trees with the light filtering through behind it. And some of them are leaning across, forming a nice arch. And there's a herd of elephants close by, so we decided to get out to get a slightly different angle. And what's so cool is because all of these animals see people on foot every single day, they're quite relaxed as well. So even shy species like eland, they're just standing right here watching me. So special. So I just filmed a big bull elephant on this road that runs to Trigelia Viewpoint. And what's cool about this time of the day, it's after 9 o'clock in the morning. Even though you've lost the golden light, you get this beautiful blue haze coming through the anna trees, and it makes for those quintessential Mana Pool shots. Yeah, he's lifting again. Another place that we spend a lot of time on foot lies just south of Nyamepi. It's our second morning here in Mana Pools, and we've come down to Long Pool, one of the 4 big pools here around Nyamepi. And as you can see, we're out on foot, sitting at eye level next to the water, photographing the birds. And man, what a variety. Yellow-billed storks, saddle-billed storks. There are lots of herons and egrets, pied kingfishers, and we even had an African skimmer skim right past us. And there's also tons of hippos and crocodiles as well. Just the perfect way to start the morning here in Mana Pools. I recommend that you come here first thing in the morning if you want to make the most of the light. Bring your chairs, coffee and camera support and park off somewhere secluded along the edge if you want privacy, or take the road to the little peninsula on the southern side to give you both front and backlight opportunities. It's here that Tabby and I had one of our most memorable experiences of the whole trip. Tabby and I were just sitting here at Long Pool busy looking at last night's trail camera footage, and some Ellies showed up behind us. Hey guys. And that's what I love about Mana Pools, the feeling of constantly being surrounded by animals that are happy to share their space with you. Of course, it's very important to always keep your wits about you and not to put yourself in any unnecessary danger when you're on foot. Stay away from the water's edge, don't try and get too close when you approach elephants or other large mammals, and stay close to your car at all times if you don't know much about animal behavior. Alternatively, you can book a guided walk at reception, which is exactly what we did on our fourth morning.
So even though we are allowed to walk on our own here in Mana Pools, today we decided to walk with one of the Zim Park's guides just to get a little bit more information about the park. And we're walking from Chisasika Pool to Long Pool.
Our guide Lovemore shared a wealth of information about this place that's obviously very dear to his heart. He spoke about the drought and how it has affected the animals. He showed us how to identify crocodile tracks, and he even showed us how Mother Nature sometimes provides sustenance in the most unexpected ways. Most remarkable, however, was learning about the Zambezi figs, colossal trees that start out as tiny epiphytes in the upper branches of other species, and then slowly start strangling even the largest of anna trees as it grows downwards, eventually completely swallowing their hosts, if you like. Remember to bring comfortable shoes if you're planning to walk in Mana Pools. Because I knew we were going to cover more distance than usual, I swapped my trusty gym green shoelies for a pair of African Rangers that give you that additional ankle support, especially in this kind of terrain. We slowly made our way to the northern edge of Long Pool, from where we could watch a sleepy pod of hippos.
Another interesting fact, Lovemore just told us that Long Pool is a full 7 kilometers long. Now obviously it's not nearly full of water at the moment. There's only a little bit of water here on the eastern side, and there's a big chance that it might actually dry up completely this year because it's only mid-September now and it's already this dry. It's only going to get hotter from now on, and they're only expecting rain in late November or early December. Listen to that, it's brilliant.
Just like the zebras and eland get moisture from the juicy sausage tree flowers, The elephants also know how to get additional nutrition during the drought. So these are the seed pods from the anna trees that the elephants love so much. Now, as we walk through these anna tree forests, you hardly see any of it on the ground because everything eats it. This one just fell down because of the wind. But the elephants will walk up to a tree, just nudge it with their head, and lots of those pods will fall down, and they can just pick it up right there. And obviously then anything else that's close by, like baboons and impalas, eland and things like that, can get a snack as well. In fact, just the day before, we actually watched an elephant bull carefully shake an anna tree to make its seeds drop. The most famous elephant in Mana Pools is called Boswell, but he kept eluding us. We've been looking for Boswell or any of the elephants that stand on their hind legs to get to the leaves of the anna trees. And we've just found a big bull. He's not collared, but he's tried. And he looks like he might go up right now. Come on. He's thinking about it. Here we go, here we go. Oh. One foot's up. Oh, that's magic. Oh, that was close. That was so close. He reached up high and then got one foot up, but not quite onto the hind legs only. One morning we were lucky enough to find another collared bull that's also known for standing on its hind legs. He's called Fred Astaire because of the little dance that he does just before he stands up, and he had pulled down a large branch from a leadwood tree. At first he didn't want to share, but when some cows and calves eventually joined, he seemed to relax and they all fed together. Once they had devoured everything, Fred started walking towards the river. So we knew that this would be our best chance to see the amazing behavior we had heard so much about. So we followed him on foot.
That was amazing, eh, Tabby? That was just amazing.
How amazing was that? That is a dream come true sighting. Trying to reposition now. Maybe we see him do it again. There he is. It looks like he pulled down another big branch.
During our week in Mana Pools, we had some of the best elephant sightings I'd ever had in my life. And everywhere that there were reaches or ones that stood up to pull down branches, other elephants followed. One thing that greatly improved our game viewing chances was using two-way radios. Not only did it allow us to call in sightings, but also to share our favorite spots for photography. I rented them from IR Pope and Sons in Cape Town, and we'll leave a link to their website in the video description.
Yeah, we were chatting about that this morning. Let us know what you find.
Copy that. It looks like I may have found it already, which is quite handy if you want to get those beautiful sunrise shots early in the morning.
Where else in the world can you actually get out of your car, walk 100 meters to get closer to the wild dogs, and then film them at eye level? Next level.
I know what some of you are thinking. This all looks great for Leah, but where do we even start planning a trip to Mana Pools? Well, first of all, go check out my Mana Pools top tips video after this one, where I share everything I learned from our recent adventure with you. Secondly, if you don't have your own 4x4, but you want a self-drive adventure like ours in Mana Pools, Drive Botswana can organize it for you. They provide fully kitted out vehicles with all the equipment you need for traveling in the bush. Whether you want the thrill of camping in the wild, or perhaps you want to experience some of the exceptional lodges that Mana Pools has to offer, Drive Botswana can put together a personalized itinerary to suit your requirements. Using their extensive local knowledge of Southern Africa, they will put a full package together covering your vehicle rental, accommodation, transfers, and any activities you want to include. You'll be provided with a comprehensive handbook and detailed day-by-day directions with information about where to buy food, when to fill up with fuel, and recommendations on things to see and do en route. If you want to focus on Zimbabwe specifically on your next trip, or perhaps you're looking to book a multi-country itinerary across Southern Africa, contact Drive Botswana by following the link in the video description and let them take care of your trip from start to finish.
It's 5:25 and instead of being on a game drive, we're actually driving from Nyamepi to the workshop because shame, poor Byron, his car's giving some issues and he got stuck in first gear. Luckily, Francois managed to get it to the workshop and we quickly just went to grab the toolbox and a few cold beers for the guys helping him. So fingers crossed we can get him running before the sun sets.
What followed was nothing short of extraordinary. Sure. How's it, guys? Hey, how are you?
I'm alright.
It's good to see you, man. Byron, this is quite a wild journey, eh?
This is what it's all about.
I know,
You know what we're learning here? That people are willing to help, and it's not all doom and gloom when something goes wrong. So yeah.
Love it. So this is a proper African fix-it job. Bush mechanics in the background helping us at Nyamepi. Somewhere's an elephant in the background as well. And I can't remember who said it. I think it's the guys from X-Overland said that adventure, or in this case overlanding, is the respectful pursuit of trouble. And well, this is what we have at the moment. A little bit of trouble, but like Byron said, there's always someone willing to help. Franz, I'm not sure what fluid you need, but I brought you these. Brake fluid.
Oh, I also need that fluid.
This is a proper team effort.
If I was fitter, this would have been 10 minutes quicker.
Byron, well done for contributing some toilet paper to this cake.
Thanks, because you never know when you'll need it.
We were lucky that Byron's car made it back to the workshop where the incredibly skilled and kind Givers was able to help him. Just in case I have a breakdown way out in the wilderness, however, I always carry a satellite phone from Sat4Rent with me so that I can call for help if I ever get stranded. At 10 o'clock the following morning, Byron's car was running again. And believe it or not, he made it all the way back to Johannesburg. In fact, to see how Byron experienced our 7 days in Mana Pools, go watch his video on the Wild Journeys channel after this one. It's a masterpiece. As much as I love the elephants, the trees, and the spectacular views, it's the people that make a trip. What a privilege to spend time in this incredible place with my wife and my friends, old and new. I hope you've enjoyed sharing our Mana Pools adventure. If you did, please consider supporting me by becoming a patron of the channel like all these wonderful people. The monthly donations, albeit small, make a massive difference and allow me to travel to wilder destinations and to make better videos for all of you to enjoy. Until next time.
Guys, how does Fred go?
Hey chick, it's Byron from Wild Journeys. Hey Byron, how was that last 100 kilometers?
Riveting.
Hind legs every now and again. And he's called Fred Astaire. It looks like he pulled down a big piece.
Is this just in case you miss those hyenas?
It's my phone.
Crunchy. Undies. Undies.
Ons ek sê dit boude.
I hope Byron appreciates that my head is where his butt sweats.
So just saying now, this is why I drive so well. I'm not sharing my words because I'm drinking too much beer.
Undies. Undies. I know, I'm finished with the Wi-Fi.
I need a bee bag.
We just found out that Byron's car is working. In fact, he's driving right in front of us. And we're driving to Boswell, who's just outside camp.
Sounded like outside.
I know.
Right.
Man, what an incredible morning. Tabby and I had the most incredible. We just heard that Byron's car is fixed. In fact, he's driving. We are driving back from the campsite to Nyamepi workshop to go and drop off the toolbox and some fluids and stuff like. No, that's not right.
You're gonna drop off the fluids.
So it's 5:25 and instead of being on a game drive, we are driving from Nyamepi campsite to the reception. Reception's the wrong word.
You're also shouting.
One last drive. Ah! Jurassic Park.